So for a second this morning when I was thinking about this, I thought maybe there was a process that we could have. Like, I really like the debt elimination process. Like, you do this and you do this, and it was very, I'm very task-oriented. I love checklists, right? And I love to be able to look back and say, okay, well, I wanted to have such and such 3 years ago, and then it happened, and then 2 years ago. And like things, I love to be able to track success.
Well, let's talk about that process, that debt elimination process. The whole point of it, the basis of it, is to help you to feel differently about where you stand financially. The goal of it is to adjust the way you feel. You could say, well, it is like working with a condition that does that. And we say, well, if your intention is to feel unlimited, if your intention is to feel debt-free, if your intention is to feel prosperous, once you have defined through life that that's the way you want to feel, then that process is inspired from that. In other words, it's how it came. So many people living life and wanting the freedom from debt is what was the inspiration for the process to begin with. So the process goes like this. We'll just tell you what the process is. You know it well. You take a columnar pad, the bigger the better, and you begin at the left side and you put your monthly responsibilities column by column by column. So the largest one on the far left column, it's usually something to do with your house payment, then car payment, whatever it is, whatever your responsibilities are, stretch them across, and then make a statement to yourself that says, it is my intention to keep my promise to myself about these as best I can, and in some cases even do something more than is being asked of me. So that means over here on the column that is not so great, it might be a credit card payment or something, whatever the smallest one is, just make a decision to yourself that you're going to do it twice. So I'm keeping my promise to myself and to my debtors, and in some cases I'm even doing twice what is asked of me. So that seems like a process, it seems like an action. But then as you think about why you're doing it because you want to feel better. Now, a lot of people don't even want to begin it because they don't want to acknowledge how much debt they have. A lot of people don't even open the bills when they come because they don't want to see what they are. A lot of people just stack them up somewhere for a while, and it isn't until something happens that is negative in nature that they then take action. So if you wait until someone is calling you, or until the lights have been turned off or something, now you're responding to a condition. But this columnar pad experience will cause you to begin to make the decisions based upon the way you feel. So what you begin to notice is it's like a game. It becomes a game that changes your relationship with money, because now instead of demands being made on you that you feel negative about or that you want to push away and not think about, now you find yourself wanting to think about it. And at some very early point in this game, you will feel a turning point where you will actually feel an eagerness to play the game. Now, the way you play the game is, as soon as the new bill comes, take it and acknowledge it, write it again at the top of the column. Those things that are recurring, that don't change, you don't have to do that with that. But we would encourage you to, as the balances become lower and lower, write them there and have fun with your process of eliminating this column and then eliminating this column and then eliminating this column and then eliminating this column. And before you know it, there may be only one or two columns. In time, maybe no columns at all. It doesn't take long to become debt-free when you detach yourself from the debt. And the only way that you can detach yourself from the debt is to take something that you can't all of a sudden make non-existent, but change the way you feel about it. So you take the condition and the way you have been feeling and you make it into a game that causes you to feel differently about it. And so now, even though it's largely the same function, the way you feel has shifted, which means your point of attraction has shifted. And before you know it, money is coming from places you did not expect it. not only are you eliminating the debt, not only is the ratio of the debt going down, but the money that you're wanting to play with comes up and up and up. Haven't you found that to be your experience?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's just shifting the way you feel by taking this process seriously.